was supposed to be ready then. Welcome to episode 73 of Live with the Glitter Practitioner, Halloween mode, pre-Halloween. I just thought, well, why not? I can't see very well, so this will be interesting. Thank you for joining me for episode 73 of Live with the Glitter Practitioner. For those of you who don't know me, I am a GP, family physician in the UK, and I'm getting distracted by these bunny ears. Oh my God, sorry. And I'm a life coach as well as a speaker. And my passion is sharing the merits of holistic care, which is truly understanding your whole self health needs, recognizing what these are, and having a framework called the F list, which shows you how to keep your needs in balance. And that's the key. It's mind, body, soul. And I think I love what I do. I really do. And I use this in day-to-day clinical practice all through my career, pretty much. Officially called the F list, it's my holistic prescription. And this is something I developed after recovering from burnout myself, which was 13-ish years ago. And it's what I use to keep myself in balance. And funny enough, sometimes I always forget some of my own things that I say, and I'm like, holy crap, this F list is really good, actually. I must listen to my own words more often. Anyway, I think the best way to show you how it feels to work through the F list, to come back into that balance, come back into that alignment, is through my brand story, which is just beautiful. And it was created by the insanely talented Devon James Stinson. And I'll just let you watch it for yourselves. So without further ado, big bro, Mr. Producer, may we have the brand story?
Follow the light through the storm. And this is not a light that warns, it's a light that forms on the pathway ahead. So you can maneuver around disaster instead of getting stopped by the obstacles. It just takes changing the obstacles. And then the impossible turns to possible. And then the storm lifts. You're no longer adrift. Breathe, focus, you've got this. Ahead you see a figure, a kind soul, and on the inside it feels like you might glow. Your endless cycles of cyclones have been turned to a breeze that just slightly blows. You're adorned with glitter, where you literally feel like a kid again. And this is when you realize how much of your life you've missed. And then you talk more with Dr. Nupi Aurora, who will holistically change your aura, where you and the new you won't be like strangers. No, you'll be like friends. Because this whole process is simply life-changing. So if you're feeling frazzled and you want to find your fizz and dazzle, then book a call with Dr. Nupi Aurora by messaging her right here on LinkedIn.
I needed that today. I really did. So I think without further ado, let's bring on my guest for today. The one, the only, my big brother, Russell Hedge. I don't know why I call you Russell Hedge. Come on down. Oh no.
You are, take two. You are on the short list of the very few people that call me Russell. And when you're the producer and you're on the show, remember to unmute yourself.
Yes, exactly. My high tech. Get things in the comments. You bring them up because I won't get too excited.
Okay, well, hang tight here. I will. Mhm. There you go.
I get told off for doing this. Hi, David. Happy Halloween tomorrow. And hi. And Terence. Hi. Thank you so much for joining. Oh,
Ugh.
gorgeous to have you both here. Thank you. And thank you for everybody who's watching. Let me know in comments where you're tuning in from. So, Russ, what would you like to talk about today?
Well, I tell you, today we are going to have an invigorating
I love this.
conversation.
Uh-huh.
Medical tips from the queen of the holistic medicine, that is Dr. Nupi Aurora, and
Yes.
a little bit more about the F list and how it
Okay.
winds through my life and all of that, what I'm
Oh,
about and what I've been doing. So, I
okay.
think just to start everybody off, I want to tell you, besides being
Yes.
her big bro and being her producer, I am Russ Hedge, and I'm a marketing coach, keynote speaker. I'm a
Oh,
live stream
yeah.
producer. I'm the man who just ran to the kitchen feverishly to get lunch in between the calls on this live stream today. So if you notice something between my teeth, please let me know. Anyway, so
Let's see.
I am just blessed to be here, and I think that what I do and what you do are very similar in so many ways, and so I just am thankful that I stumbled along my little sis and my good friend Noopy, who's been a blessing to me. So thank you.
You couldn't really miss me. It was more like I kind of careered into you. Hello.
Yes,
It was,
that works.
yeah,
That obviously that
yeah,
worked. Yeah, you just got
yeah,
to sometimes knock
yeah.
me upside. My beautiful wife would
Oh,
say that. Knock me upside the head to get my attention.
yeah, pretty much. And we didn't stop chatting for ages on like a 5-minute call. I'm fiddling. I'll stop fiddling because it's really itching me. It's really annoying me.
Ah, and what do you have
Yes.
on there? Is that in honor of some holiday coming up?
Indeed, it is. This is the only thing I tend to wear every year for Halloween or parties and whatnot. And I just love it. Any excuse to get this on, I love. But it's just a bit I love the veil thing, whatever it's called. But yeah, and it
Well,
kind of
whatever
goes
it's
with
called,
my
it looks great.
thank you. I'll try and stop fiddling because it does get a bit irritating anyway. Or I can do this. I'll stop. I'll stop. Right. Um what were we going to
Well,
talk
while
about?
you're
Yes,
thinking,
yes,
I'm gonna
yes.
jump in and say something since
Yeah,
I'm the
yeah, go
guest
for it.
here. I'm gonna
Mm.
say that Terrence, who is here and is amazing, was on Marketing with Russ this morning.
Oh, I
And
missed it.
while
I was
you were busy
working.
doing your job, I
Yeah.
had Terrence on, and what a great discussion. Terrence is such an
Oh,
amazing individual, and anybody who watches this show knows because Terrence has been on with Noopy where I first met him, but all that he's about, and again, he's a
I
very
love
like-minded
Terence.
individual.
Yes.
So, so I want to tie into some of the things about your F list. I want you to review the
Mm.
F list today, and
Okay.
let's talk a little bit, just kind of abbreviated,
Yeah,
just short
sure.
little snippets
Yeah.
of because I will jump in and tell you how that ties into my life and what I do with marketing. Go
Okay.
for it.
Oh, fantastic.
Number
Thank
1.
you. So it's what I do with patients, and I've nailed it in like about 12 minutes, basically. So it is your whole self health needs, mind, body, and soul, because you cannot separate them. That's your whole health. And if one's off kilter, the other will follow, just like a seesaw. So your needs, what are they? It's not just the physical. It's physical, emotional, psychological, and spiritual. And even if you don't know about that, it doesn't matter. You know how you feel. It's energy, it's emotions, and it's all interlinked. So the first three I go through are your physical health needs: food, fluids, fresh air. So food, it's not rocket science. You need the right amount of fuel for your body to function. If you eat crap, you're going to feel like crap. If you don't eat enough, you're going to feel tired. You feel more tired, it's going to interplay on your mood, which makes any other physical symptoms much worse. And then it potentiates, it becomes a vicious cycle.
So I
Yes.
want to comment on that right off the bat and
Yes.
say that I have learned through this whole cancer journey, um, about the importance of good nutrition and what
Mm,
you put in your body and the food that you eat and the motion and the exercise that you get. But the sticking with the food, it is
yes,
critical that you are feeding your body the right things to
yes,
help with not actually getting cancer or
yes,
getting diseases in the first place,
yes,
much less managing through them. So, yes, that's a really high one on my list. All right,
yes.
keep going.
Okay. And also, it pertains to not eating enough sometimes. When you're not well, the first thing you forget about are your baseline needs, the physical ones. So you tend to miss or skip meals or comfort eat or eat at the wrong times. And all of a sudden, everything goes out of kilter. It's being aware and it's about taking ownership back because this is what you've got control over.
That's right.
The next one on the physical side is fluids, which is plenty, plenty of very good. I have drunk literally two of these today of water, and it is, I think, what time is it? 7ish, 7 p.m. So this is my treat to self. And fluids is hydration. It's your body again needs the right amount of fluids again to function. That's what your organs need. And before you know, dehydration, not having enough, is probably the commonest causes of things like headaches, constipation, urine infections, all these physical symptoms that you need enough water intake. I can't stress that enough. And if
And
you're feeling,
isn't that amazing? And isn't that
yeah,
amazing too? Sorry that I'm just
no,
gonna interrupt my way in. The that you just by the simple fact of drinking water and proper hydration, and every now and then juices like Powerade with electrolytes, Gatorade,
yeah,
things like that are good for you as well.
yeah,
But and there's good ones of those, by the way, with no carbs and sugar because that's what I have. But yeah, this is I probably have
yes,
average 6 to 7 water bottles a day.
that's good.
So I'm pumping in the fluids, and I'm definitely good on the hydration side. Yeah,
Yep,
because
I
it's
get
very, very
through.
important.
Absolutely, yeah, and headaches. It's one of the
It
commonest
gives you
things,
yeah,
headaches. So I get through about two of these, and that's 1.5, so about 3 liters. Um, so that's your fluids. And what I was going to say is, if you're feeling not great, if your mood's not great, if you're physically under par, it's not about alcohol. And that's why I was just sort of messing around, going, it doesn't mean alcohol. A drink now and then, or as long as you're within your healthy limits, that's fine. I'm not here to say to people, stop drinking alcohol. No, I'm not here to be a party pooper, but it's recognizing the impact alcohol can have. And also, it kind of leads off as a tangent to coping mechanisms, addictive behavior, addictions. That is all, again, it's about suppression of your thoughts, your feelings. It's looking inwards as to this might be a coping mechanism that has served so long that it's not the healthiest coping mechanism out there because of its addictive nature. And that goes for drugs, because in my clinical work, I do a lot of work with addiction and rehabilitation on that side. So that's why that comes in. Um, and because alcohol is a depressant and it
right.
impairs your sleep. So there you go. That's the
So
fluids. Now,
true.
yes.
Number
Next
3.
one, fresh air, which is all about, yes, exercise, getting out physically in the fresh air. You can't beat it. Getting that wind on your face, especially this time. I love this time of year. It's so cozy. It's just, oh my God, I get so excited. And it's just having that fresh air on your face, connecting with nature, just looking at the world go by and tuning back into that. Exercise, if you can incorporate it with that, walking, jogging, running, whatever it is you enjoy doing. It shouldn't be, oh, I've got to do this. I should go and do this. I've got to do this 5 times a week. Just do a little bit and just move the body and get out and stand in the fresh air. I'm literally back to back in clinics at the minute. And in between, I'm really good. In between my clinics, I'd go and stand out in the backyard and just, I don't do any squats or anything fancy. I just stand there and just enjoy the breeze on my face and just connect. It's a change of scene. So those are the first three on physical health. Anything you would
Let
like
me
to comment or share with me on that?
Yes. It's fancy you should ask me that, because you know what? Every morning I get out with
I
my
know you
dog
do.
and we take a
Yes.
walk,
Yes.
and I get good walking in and good exercise in the morning.
Mhm.
I used to run all the time, but with knee surgery, that no longer is a possibility.
Mm.
But but yes, just getting out and having that time, and it also just really, like you said, refreshes your brain and your body. And I
Yes.
think it's so important to do that. And really, you could take it a step further. I do exercises. I swim, and I ride the bike, and I do weights and things like that to get some exercise in.
Yeah.
The more you can get that physical body movement,
Yes.
and that, just like you said, it's just little things though. Don't feel
Mhm.
like you have to do this gigantic thing. There's all these little videos on YouTube you can get. My wife's constantly, Leah's
Oh.
constantly sending me little videos of just getting up in between things and doing a little bit of movement and
Yes.
moving your body
Yes.
around
Do you know
just to
what
get
I
things
do?
moving.
Yeah. Do you know what I do? Because I'm not I must admit, once I get into a rhythm of regular exercise, I'm very competitive and I love it. Absolutely. And do like, I used to have a personal trainer, so we used to do this all the time. I don't get to do that as much, but I love music. I love drum beats. I literally just stick some really good music on, really loud, and frigging dance my pants off behind here, which is the kitchen area. It's open space. And oh my God, I just love it. And you're
Good
moving, you're
exercise.
sweat. It is, and it's fun. I love it. So yes, I have my own personal private disco back here.
Did you know that my
So
beautiful
yes,
wife and I met dancing? I
no,
asked her to dance.
really.
And back in the
Oh,
day when we did a lot of dancing,
yeah.
our whole family used to dance around the living room. It is
Oh,
very good exercise, but
I
it's also
love
just a lot of
dancing.
fun. It's a
Yeah,
lot of fun. So,
absolutely. Did you
okay,
know? Curious fact. I used to be a ballroom. Oh, I can't even remember what I used to do now. A ballroom. Latin American ballroom dance champion. That's what I used to do when I was younger, much, much younger.
that's what you did, huh? Very
Yeah, I did.
good.
Thanks.
Well,
Yes.
I actually have a ballroom dance championship as well. So
Oh,
we'll
look at
save that for
you.
another time. We'll save that for another time. See, we're finding out all kinds of stuff. All right, number 4. We got to get through it because we're going to run out of time.
Trying. I just had images of doing the cha cha cha. And I'm like, no, it's like this. What are you doing? Anyway, sorry, digressing. So the
It's all
next few,
good.
emotional, is fun, friends, and flow. So, fun is about tuning back in to your hobbies, the things that make your heart sing, that make your soul sparkle. And it's choosing things that perhaps that you might have done as a child. It's the quiet time things. And it's gifting yourself this time. And the commonest thing I get that people say to me is, "Oh, I've no time, Dr. Aurora. I've got to do this. I've got to go here. I've got to go." And I'm like, fuck that. No, that's your critter chatter, your mind taking over. You have got time. It's about prioritizing your care, your
Yeah.
self-care, and your needs, be it 10 minutes. It's rediscovering your passions. So it could be drawing, it could be creating. It's the creative side of yourself. I rediscovered painting. Singing was my main one, actually, using my voice. And I totally rediscovered my passion for singing and performing. And that's what I discovered once I got through burnout. So yeah, it's making an appointment with yourself. And I think I've told you this story, but I remember one of my patients, she was like, "I have no time, this, that, the other." And I said, "You wouldn't miss an appointment," because it used to take 6-ish weeks to book in with myself. And if you missed it, it's another X amount of weeks. Anyway, and I said, "You wouldn't miss your doctor's appointment. You wouldn't actually miss that." And she said, "You're right, I wouldn't." I said, "Right, make an appointment with yourself." So I was a bit bossy, got her phone, and I was like, "Right, let's slot it in here." And so on her phone, she had at like 1 o'clock every Friday, Dr. Aurora's F list fun. And it would go off on an alarm. And every time she changed her phone, I literally followed her everywhere, and I was like, "I'm gonna haunt you for life now." Like, all this time, she couldn't remove the alert. I just thought it was hilarious, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I said, "Well, actually, I'm not sorry. This is gonna be a lifetime reminder to you to put this into your daily habits, and it's a win-win. There are no side
Yeah.
effects doing the things you love doing.
Right, and I think
It's simple and it is free most of the time, and
yeah,
you feel better. And it's the win-win. You start feeling better, you start pocketing your happy meter with just a few more bits of joy,
yeah,
and then all of a sudden it's propelling you forwards. You want to do more of it. So
yep.
yeah.
No, I agree 100%. I mean,
Yes.
I think that, first of all,
Mhm.
to take the pressure off, we don't need to get through all of the uplift now because we have
Oh my
another
god.
episode coming up in
Yeah,
a
I know.
couple weeks. You can all tune
We
in
do.
for part 2 of this
Yes.
discussion.
Well, I can
'Cause
do
clearly
we've still we've sorry to interrupt you. We still have time. I'll get through
oh,
fun well, we've done fun, we've done I'll do
oh,
friends, and then I'll leave the rest for next
there
time.
you go, there you go. Because we're sitting good. So I just wanna tell you that I agree 100%. I think that when you have a good when you're joyful and you have a
Mm,
good attitude,
mm.
first of all, it's proven to make you healthier. It's proven
Obviously.
to make you recover faster, but
Yes.
it's also, as the expert Dr. Noopy would tell you, but, expertise? Oh, I don't know, anyway,
No.
um, but, no, but I also it just when you feel good, you are so
Mm.
much more productive and motivated to do
Yes.
things in life, and so I think that's
Yes.
that's a critical thing, and, of course, I'm huge on that in all that I do and all that I talk to
Yes,
people
you
about
are.
life and marketing, so, alright,
Yes.
take us to the
And
next one.
we've got time. I'm just gonna
Okay.
say something. We spoke and I got really confused. I was a bit befuddled today because our clocks have gone back already. And I actually thought we had at least another hour. I had just finished clinic. I'd done extra hours because I'm coming over to the States very soon. So I had to build up my hours. Um, you already know. And anyway, I'm done. It's probably the worst kept secret for you. Anyway, I had literally just finished and I was shattered. I would look I was great. I felt like I was great. And Russ called me and he was like, "You ready?" And I'm like, "No, what the fuck? What are you talking about?" And he was like, "We're about to go live." And I was like, "Shit." Literally quickly showered, shoved some stuff on, and you know what? I just put my music on and I love messing. I do. I just love playing with makeup, playing with glitter, putting stuff like this on. And all of a sudden, I was feeling really tired. And all of a sudden I've made myself feel, ah, yes. So it does, it energizes you.
Yeah,
It's
it does. It
yeah,
does.
yeah.
Well,
And I was actually
uh,
thinking, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful
yeah,
for this. And
yes.
and that's what made me go, "Yes, hello, I'm floating with the fairies again." So, yeah.
Well, and you get to just what you just said. If you wanna be grateful in your life, choose things that you
Yeah.
love that make you grateful and thankful for
Yeah,
what you do. Choose things you
yeah.
love to do. That's what people
Which
need to think about.
exactly, Russ. Thank you, brother. This
You're
that
welcome,
no problem.
hostess
Um,
Snoopy, little sister of mine.
and that leads really, really nicely to friends, which is all about connection. And I chose friends specifically because family can be triggering actually. So friends is all it means connection. And it's the only other word I could think about, for F, because everything has words beginning with F on my list. So friends, the connections I'm talking about are that soul connection, that fizz tingle that you get. It's like-minded and it's around people, I guess, who you have that instant feeling. And sometimes, it takes time to find your soul group, but it is about those connections and you feel energized. They lift you up. And it is about unconditional love. Generally, that's how connections are developing. But, I'm tingling top to toe. That's what I get. That's my signal sign. And it's recognizing that, because not everybody will have the same energy frequency as yourself. It's good to have different people within, but it's that true understanding, and it's crucial. It really truly is. As human
Yes.
beings, we are meant to be connected with each other. We're not meant to be solitary or on our own. And that's what connects us. It's
Yeah.
compassion, it's love, it's all those beautiful things that make us human, essentially.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, and
So that's
you
where I'm
know
going
that
to leave it.
I'm all about connection and
I
community building,
know.
but we're gonna pick that up on the next
Oh my
episode
God, that went so quick.
that
Yeah,
is
okay.
coming. I know that
Yes.
flies on by, but I appreciate you having me on your show, Noopy. I do,
You are so
and
welcome.
this is the first week I've ever heard of this show, so thank you for inviting me. And
No way.
yeah, I know it's shocking, but as you wrap things up, thanks so much,
Yes.
and I
Don't
will.
worry. I shall, yes, join you in the green room. What were you going to say?
Okay, I'm gonna say I'll see you in the green room. Bye.
Oh dear. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and joining us today. And I love your comments. I've been reading as I've been going along. Um, can't wait to go back and chat. Anyway, thank you for joining us today. And just as a very quick reminder, you can find me here every Monday on LinkedIn at 8 p.m. our time, which is it's all the frigging clocks that confuse me always. 8 p.m. GMT, which today is actually 7 p.m., but next week it's back to normal time, which is 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, which is 5 p.m. I think. Yes, yes it is. No, it's not. It's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can direct message me on LinkedIn. It's probably the best way to get hold of me. And if you can't get hold of me, message Russ and he will get hold of me. Thank you for joining me, and I shall see you again next week for another episode of Live with the Glitter Practitioner. Bye.